he's failed the test, so that says you're guilty. And if you can prove your innocence, then you can say fair enough. But until then, he's got to be guilty. Now he's just guilty. Otherwise, what's the point in doing the test?
Do you think you deserve better than that?
100%. I thought I would have got this title after the River fight.
Mr. Denny, how are you getting on, my friend? Are you well?
Oh, good, Dan. Oh, good. Thanks for having me on.
Mate, the pleasure is absolutely all mine. You know, I've known you for a long time. You've completely changed your entire career around. And now you are arguably one of the best middleweights in Britain, if not further afield. So congratulations, first of all, on your career. So Tyler is the English middleweight champion. Just tell us a little bit about you, Tyler, where you're from, and a short bit about your career so far.
I'm from Valley Regis in the Black West Midlands. I'm in pro since 2015 now, and it's a bit stop-start. Had a few draws early on. I won the Midlands title then against Tom Stoke, which is tough, hard fight to be fair, and learnt a lot in it. And then I went for the English title, lost on cuts. Then I went again, fought for it against Lionel Judoka, lost split decision. And then I fought River Wilson bent for it, controversial draw, to say the least. And since then, I turned full time and I've gone full whack at it, and I'm reaping the rewards now.
Certainly are, no doubt about that. So I don't normally start with, let's say, a negative. I like keeping with the positives, but I want to learn. I want to actually learn a little bit about it myself. So you did have a couple of draws right at the start of your career, didn't you? Probably within the first 7 or 8 fights, you had a couple of draws. I think they were back to back. Yeah. Why was that? Why was that? Was there anything in it, or was it just circumstance?
I think the one time, well, I don't really look to make excuses. To be fair, the draw was the draw, but the one time I forgot who I fought. I think one was Gomez, to be fair, and I thought I won 3-1 that one, 3 rounds to 1. There's only 4 rounders as well, and but the first draw, I was meant to be 11-12, and then he said to me, like the day before, you got to be 11-8, and then. And these are the times when you're fighting on the same day as away, and so I got down to 11-8, and then the guy coming at 11-12 anyway. I just felt drained, man, and I thought I'd never. I would never do again.
Not only that, the 4-round fights, they're so easy. I mean, you've only got to slip up, or if you get put down, you're stuffed, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? In
I was glad it was a 4-round because I felt dead anyway, so I was glad it was a 4-rounder.
Anyway, bless you. Hakan Johansson says, "Hi Tyler, any fight news with Boxer coming up?" So, any fight news with Boxer coming up?
Yeah, I'm hoping can get announced next week, maybe, or something. Show in Birmingham in May. So I'm just waiting for that. Hopefully, fighting for some sort of international belt or something. But I've got to wait for it to all be or to get signed off in that first. But that's the plan. Open in May, like the first 2 weeks of May. So I've got a good 8 weeks now to crack on.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Hopefully.
There's so many titles like that, though, isn't there? There's a Continental, and then you've got the International, and the Intercontinental, and the Global, and you've got so many of them now to fight for. But they do bring you higher up in the rankings, don't you? Of different governing bodies.
Personally, I would like to go for the British, but I don't know if you've seen they've made me fight out against Kieran Conway now. Which I got no problem with the fight, but I just think I deserve a shot at the British title. Do you know what I mean? For the people I've been fighting and defending the English against and taking those, and I still get to that.
So what's happening there? Sorry, Kieran Conway. What's been announced?
The board have put a thing. I thought it was going to be mandatory for them. Hamza Shiraz is mandatory, but me and Conway for eliminator. But I've just done an eliminator, so no, I'm not interested in that, to be fair.
Yeah. So let's have a look here. I don't know how the board are not making you mandatory. It's a farce. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, you know. Mainly for the fact that we were just talking about it off camera, me and Tyler. So Tyler's last 4 fighters he's fought have a combined record of 52-0. Now that is mental. That is absolutely mental. I mean, and to say that you need to fight for an eliminator when you fought the likes of them, because these are top level kids, especially domestically. So I'm with you there. Do you think you deserve better than that?
100%. I thought I would have got this title after the River fight. Not many people win the English and then defend it. How many times I've had to do it? and the threw Brad Ray in, and Brad Ray was meant to be the next big thing, and I've beat him, and then I've had to Paul, who was 16, so for me not to get, and that was an eliminator as it is, so for me not to get a British title, I've got no words for it, man.
Absolutely.
But like I say, there's other routes to it now, so I'm going to be bound to the British title my whole life and keep doing eliminator after eliminator. I'll just go.
Yeah, there's got to be. Someone's got to give, hasn't it? I'm definitely with you that. What's this about here? Scott. Oh yeah, the rest of his name from dancing to boxing. What's that mean? Is that
Not
you
me.
and me? I'm crap dancer. Definitely. Mate, unless you see me having a skinful, mate, I'm going to be dancing. Right. What I want to talk to you about specifically, I want to talk to you about the River Wilson Benn fight. It's old news now, and I know that you've spoken to your friends since, but I just wanted to know from the outside in. So it was quite controversial. You were clearly winning the fight in that first fight. For me, you looked tired. No disrespect to River, massive respect to you, mate, but he'll probably agree. He did look tired. There was more. So basically what happened is you got told it was a clash of heads, didn't you? When it absolutely wasn't a clash of heads. So more the comments after, Tyler, he seemed to be quite disrespectful towards you in a way where he thought he was going to win the fight. He couldn't wait to fight you again. I mean, it wound a lot of people up, never mind you. I mean, how did that make you feel?
I was mega frustrated with it. It was like probably... You'd feel like it, to be honest, because I feel like I got proper stitched up. It was never a clash of heads, was it? And you can't just make up a clash of heads. You've either seen it or you've not. So if you've not seen something happen, say the punch, and you can see the guy's eyes all mashed up and that, then you have to assume it's a punch because we're punching each other. So, and I was a bit upset with the board a bit really, because I don't know what I expect them to do, but just to make it right. But then they just put a rematch in. But that was frustrating as well, because NSC the 5, then we had to wait 7 months for the rematch. So it was a long 7 months. But I wouldn't change none of it now, because waiting that 7 months got me on Sky, and I've been on there since. So a bit of positive out of it.
A question: do you think that because you had your fair share of, let's say, disappointment in the start of your career, and coming up from the small hall scene, do you think that maybe they don't see you as the face of boxing, and they're not giving you the let's say opportunities that then you're entitled to? Why do you feel that is? Do you feel that that's a part of it?
Maybe it was, but I think boxers seem to took a liking to me, and not blow my own trumpet, but I'm always in good fights. The River fight was still a good fight. The rematch was a good fight. The Brad Ray fight was a good fight. Brad Paul, all these fights were good fights, and I fight these people as well. Like a lot of top fighters, they like to handpick the fights and stuff. And I don't ask who I'm fighting. I just turn up, give it my all, and sit. So I think I'm starting to win people over. Whether I'm going to win the board over or not, that's another thing, but that's out of my control, isn't it?
That's it. I just wanted John Fury come in then for a second. He's a proper fighting man. You are, though. I mean, you really are. You're a fantastic fighter. So, looking on another scale, so if you're looking at right now, let's say around about the European level, Matteo Signani is the European middleweight champion. He's had his fair share of losses. I think he's had something like 6 losses. Is that something potentially on your radar?
I think he's fighting Phoenix Cash there next, isn't he? That's what I've seen.
Okay.
So, honestly,
so no then.
I just well, I'd take that fight. I'd take all the fights. I'd take the Cash fight, the Bentley fight, whoever fights. Whoever I got offered to him, every fight that I've ever got offered to, I've took. Maybe that might be a bad thing. I don't know, but I don't turn fights down, man. You offer me a good fight. But now, hopefully, I'm in a position now to be able to. I've never been able to turn fighters down. That's the only problem. I've always just been waiting on a thing. But now, say if I get a bit of backing from Sky and Boxer, they can look after me instead of just throwing me, into these fights on sometimes shorter notice than other people are getting. I can get looked after on the A side, which everyone wants really, if it's possible.
Going on to a completely different subject, one that's been hit the headlines really recently, is what's happened with Conor Benn. Now, Conor Benn's a great fighter. However, going on to Piers Morgan, he's obviously done that to make people think, do you know what? I think I think I might be able to get a few favors here and people might feel sorry for me. I don't know about you, but I saw that completely the other way around, especially when Piers Morgan started to say, listen, if you've done this 270 or 290 page document that you've given to the WBC, why are you not giving that then to the British Boxing Board of Control? I want to know your opinion on it. Do you feel that he is guilty or not, and do you feel that he should be giving this document to the board?
Firstly, I think if you're going to someone like Piers Morgan or Simon Jordan or someone like that for a bit of sympathy, you've gone to the wrong people, haven't you? You've gone to the wrong people. So I don't know what the game plan was there. So I don't really feel sorry for him. I think it's hard to feel sorry for him. If he's innocent, like you said, then give documents up. Then he's filed 2 tests. Whether either got in your system, I don't know the internet, but there's in his system. So, you think you'd be trying to cooperate to show the reasons. Whatever, you got a big 200-page document. Just he's not doing himself any favors, is he? And
no.
I think with drug testing as well, like you are guilty until you can prove your innocence. It's not the other way around, like normal life. He's failed the test, so that says you're guilty. And if you can prove your innocence, then you can say fair enough. But until then, he's got to be guilty, and he's just guilty. Otherwise, what's the point in doing the test?
I completely agree. But what we're seeing more and more of now, and everybody, I want your opinion on this. What do you think should happen to someone who's been caught of drugs in a contact sport? I want to hear your comments coming in here, because me personally,
he's got to get banned, isn't it?
Attempted murder, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could literally look what's happened to Gerald McClellan, and one of my very good friends, Nick. He nearly died, man. He did die, and he got brought back. And and people are doing it. They say they're blaming steak, or they're blaming eggs, or they're blaming things that they don't even know how it's got on their body. How do you feel that drugs should be treated?
Well, they've got to get banned, but at the same point, people have got short memories. Canelo, pound for pound, he's got caught cheating, and people don't like to mention Tyson Fury in case it was, but he got caught cheating, and that just wasn't the coke. It's an Angelo and everything. So people get caught cheating, and now he's the face of boxing in the UK. So you got to judge everyone the same, if you're judging one. So, what do you say?
You see some of them do it like unapologetically, like that was his name,
Jarrell Miller,
yeah. And God, he had that much in his system, and I honestly see it. Me personally, I see it as attempted murder. I mean, you're going in there to hurt somebody, and if you do, and you get found out, it's bad. The only thing is that there was a report recently around Nigel Benn and how there was blood that was found, because Nigel Benn, of course, had a very famous fight with Gerald McClellan. He got put through the ropes in that fight. He was getting battered from pillar to post. And then Gerald McClellan started blinking and blinking. Collapsed after the fight and died. Died. He's in a vegetative state now. Yeah, absolutely. Bless him. I love to Lisa McClellan. He's a friend of mine. And it's just horrible to see, despite what people may have think of what his actions were like before. But at the same time, there was blood found on McClellan's shoe that was tainted with a banned substance, such as steroids. I'm not sure exactly what steroid it was, but it was definitely a banned, or whether it was a steroid, but it was absolutely a banned substance. Do you not find that maybe a bit of a coincidence?
Errol Spence was bringing it up the other day, and he had a bit of beef with Conor and that. I don't know. I wouldn't like to jump to conclusions and that, but
it's pure speculation.
Yeah, it is speculation. Do you know what I mean? But you know, up the South, man. I think Conor Benn's playing the bad guy now. I think he's got no choice to, really, but he's probably embraced it a bit too far. I didn't really think he was celebrating when Eubank lost and stuff, but he's not going to care that I don't like it anyway. But I just think it's a bit tasteless, man. It's not for me. This is just what I've heard. But say that meat that Canelo got tested with, I always say it's a blame culture, and he's got that excuse. But people are saying that like the poorer people in Mexico eat that meat, and I don't know if this is true. It's just what someone told me. So you can tell me if I'm wrong or right. But this guy's multi-millionaire. I've seen these programs. He has chefs cooking his food and everything for him. So, you're responsible for what you put in your body at the end of the day, aren't you? And I think that's where it should stop at. You should get the fault, not you can't be behind this guy, that guy. It's because there's always an excuse, isn't there?
Yeah, it's just too easy to get out of. Tom said something. The banned substance they found, coupled with Nigel Benn fainting in the changing room when the drug tests came out, is just purely coincidental. Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of coincidence can, again, speculation, not putting any blame on anybody here, but it's still, I still find it pretty bad. Wow, sad to hear about a boxer passing away in the ring. It does happen too much, but it does happen too much as far as people dying in the ring. But I'm telling you now, fact, boxing saves more people and saves more lives than it takes. Fact. Pretty much every single legend I've spoke to in boxing, and I've interviewed the best and the biggest, and I tell you what, their start of their lives are not easy. I'm telling you now, absolutely not. Tyler, always a pure gentleman, always. And I'm sure I'll see your paths absolutely cross all the time, so I'm sure they will very soon. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, mate.
Thanks for having me on. Cheers. Thank you.